Sorry, we're gonna start that over. Or not over. Start again. The river filled with uprooted trees and displaced folk who sadly sat on twisted tree limbs like floating spectators at some festive event. This was not, however, a festive event. This was a frightening flood of monstrous proportion. As the waters receded, all went back to a sense of normal, as neighbor helped neighbor clean up the mess. Some were not so fortunate as others. Down in Old Humble Hollow, Bakery Creek had flooded its banks in a way no one could have expected. Not one, not two, not even a few of the rickety homes survived. The raging waters. Every humble home had been washed away. Even the Hart family, who had built their shack upon a great stump, were wiped out, devastated. No clothes, no food, no shelter. Everything was gone. The town folk took them in, one and all, and no one was abandoned. But there were so many families and so few empty places where they could stay. Even the porch of the mercantile was used, and makeshift beds were strewn about like firewood on a hearth. But it was not enough, as more and more were rescued. Finally, everyone gathered on the mercantile steps to discuss their plight. We need food and blankets. We need shelter. Oh, what are we to do? It was then that Fiddler, a wandering musician of some repute in the land of Barely There, remembered Persimmony Parsnip and the things she had collected and stored. Without further ado, he sloshed through the mud to old Persimmony Mansion. With muddy prints left on bleached silver steps, Fiddler rapped on the door. After a time, there came the clanking of bolt and lock being opened. Persimmony looked out suspiciously through the door, for few had come to call before. What do you want? She croaked as she clutched her tattered shawl. Miss Parsnip, he said, hat in hand, we need your help. There is a terrible flood, and the folk have no home, nor blankets to keep them warm. Won't you open Persimmony Mansion and take some of these folks in? Her eyes rolled as she muttered those familiar words. I close my eyes and look around. I look and look, but it can't be found. Do the homeless have what I have been searching for? She asked with knitted brow. If they do, they can come. If they don't, they all can stay away. With that, she rudely slammed the door. Fiddler rushed back to the store, and with everyone gathered about, he told them what the old otter had said. What does this riddle mean? Asked Father Hart. I close my eyes and look around. I look and look, but it can't be found. Everyone thought and thought the whole night through, thinking of anything and everything that might be the answer to this riddle. They thought it might be an old brooch. They thought it might be a lost pocket watch. All were eliminated as Fiddler rushed to ask Miss Parsnip if this or that was what she was looking for. All was to no avail, for Persimmony answered each question with the self-same answer. It was later in the night, so late in fact that it was nearly morning, when from the back of the store stepped Fiddler. I know the answer. I know what she needs and what she has been searching for. It is so simple that even she has disguised her need in the searching. With all the villagers, the folk from Humble Hollow gathered around, Fiddler told them the answer to Parsnip's riddle. Can you guess what it is? Dawn-purpled light bathed the village in an airy glow as everyone marched down the street to Persimmony's mansion. Once there, Fiddler rapped loudly on the door. Once again, the group hushed. All could easily hear the shuffling of slippers, feet, and the crackling rustle of Persimmony's printed dress. Locked bolts were slammed back and the door squeaked open. Miss Miss Parsnip, Fiddler asked once again. Folks have a need for a roof over their head and blankets to keep them warm. Won't you take them in? The odd otter looked over the crowd and grumbled. I close my eyes and look around. I look and look, but it can't be found. Do you know what I am looking for? If you do, you can come in. If you don't, you all can stay away. Then, to her surprise, one at a time they came forward and whispered in her ear and gave her a quaint little hug. Without hesitation, with a gentle smile upon her face, Persimmony Parsnip let them in. That day they changed the name of Persimmony Mansion to Charity Hall, for it was soon filled with grace and the laughter of all who lived inside. What was the secret to Persimmony's riddle? What had old Miss Parsnip searched for all her life that was whispered to warm her heart? They gave no gift nor money to lend. They simply said, "We'll be your friend." And that is what we all endlessly search for in the land of Barely There.